Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, February 6th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Stupid bipolar Maryland weather. That's all I got to say. Anyhow, we do have a lot of news to catch up on, so shall we? There may be a sports betting facility coming to Riva. Michael's on the South River, the sister to Mike's Restaurant and Crab House, was approved by the Gaming Control Commission to pursue establishing the facility. What this means is that they meet all of the criteria and will likely be approved at an upcoming meeting on the 15th of this month. In the meantime, they do need to affiliate with a sports book. There is no timeline for when the women-owned business will open, and many neighbors in the Riva area are upset, citing reduced property values, gambling, bringing in more crime, overcrowding the streets, and parking. Perhaps they're legitimate concerns, but I believe, and someone please correct me if I'm wrong because I've never been, but I believe that a sports betting facility is more akin to a sports bar on steroids than it is a casino. Lots of monitors, lots of live games, drinks, watching games, and the addition of betting. Stay tuned. We're going to know more on the 15th. The city of Annapolis is celebrating. Mayor Buckley, DPW head David Jarrell, and Whiting Turner all celebrated the topping of the Hillman Garage. Now, the topping is the end of the vertical build, meaning that all the concrete and the slabs and everything else are in place. And now the work moves on to finishing the project: electric, elevator, signage, exterior work, landscaping, etc. The better news is that the project is still on schedule to be complete in June of this year. The mayor told me several weeks ago that the project was actually ahead of schedule, but he didn't want to go public with that, as there always could be things that come up in the meantime. Fingers crossed. I can't wait to see this thing when it's done. And in other Annapolis news, the city has just ordered 2 new electric transit buses. They're being made in California by a Chinese automaker, BYD, and according to the city, they're going to be delivered in the spring or early summer of 2024. The buses can get up to 158 miles per charge, and according to the manufacturer, the cost is in the $400,000 to $450,000 range. We did ask the city for a contract amount, and they're trying to locate it for us right now. So now we have electric ferries and electric buses on the horizon here in Annapolis. Some great news for the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has just delivered the first of 12 monthly large-scale meat donations. Now, meat is particularly challenging for food banks as it is perishable and generally needs to be purchased. You can't really donate meat. With COVID dollars drawing to a close and food prices on the rise, the donation came at a critical time. CEO Leah Pally said that it was a, quote, transformational gift. So there is meat coming for the next 11 months. And how much meat, you may ask? Well, this truckload had 648 boxes of ground beef, 540 boxes of pork roast, and 54 whole turkeys. And these were not small boxes. This is awesome news. Hey, if you get a chance, get on over to the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park for a new exhibit sometime before March 19th. Local artist Lisa Masson has a new exhibit called Water's Edge with photographs all inspired by living on and sailing in the Chesapeake Bay. Now, Lisa is a wonderful photographer, and this exhibit is absolutely stunning. And if you were thinking about the oyster roast and sock burning, you need to think of something else to do because that puppy is sold out just like we told you it would. Did you catch canines and cross trucks on Friday? Did you check out the post on eyeonannapolis.net? Well, we did meet Cyrus, a distinguished purebred Maltese. Make sure you tune into the DNB on Fridays at noon, and we're going to have all the info on how you can adopt our weekly pup guest or any of the other fine animals at the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Speaking of podcasts, I do hope that you caught the local business spotlight with Tim and Tony from Geeks on God and People Builders Consulting. They're both doing amazing work. Up next, I'm pretty sure it is Fairway Mortgage. All right, that is a wrap. Thank you, first and foremost. And also a quick thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, WTMD, and Alpha Engineering. So now you just need to hang tight because we have Ann Alsina here with your Monday Money Report. And as always, George Young from DC MDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. All that coming up in just a bit, so hang around.
Face it, your kids are young, you're older than ever, and musically, your life is a demographic nightmare until now. TMD's Saturday Morning Tunes live concert series is back, this time in Annapolis with Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Throw the whole gang in the minivan of destiny and meet us at Maryland Hall for a family-friendly set by the righteously rockin' Jimmy's Chicken Shack, Saturday morning, February 11th. Tickets are cheap, parking is free, and music the whole fam can enjoy is priceless. So join us as Jimmy's Chicken Shack comes home to roost at Maryland Hall in Annapolis, Saturday, February 11th at 10 a.m. Made possible in part by the Peabody Institute of the Johns Hopkins University. Tickets online at WTMD.org.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, February 6th. Not a bad weekend for the Annapolis region with plenty of sunshine, though it was still pretty cold out Saturday, though the week ahead looks to be well above average temperature-wise, but we'll have to deal with a little more rain along the way. Look for mostly sunny skies today with highs in the lower mid-50s with some breezy winds, with more of the same Tuesday, though a few more clouds will be likely, ahead of a very nice day Wednesday with mixed skies and temperatures around 60 degrees, 4 p.m. highs, with temps then staying near 60 both Thursday and Friday, with a chance of showers each day ahead of temps dropping back down into the upper 40s to maybe lower 50s for the weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores. And subscribe to our weekly newsletter as well on our website so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. Ann Alsina, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The markets were up again last week, despite a drop on Friday. Through Thursday, the S&P 500 was up 8.9% for the year. The expected news was that the Federal Reserve Bank did increase rates by 0.25%. Chair Jerome Powell indicated that the Fed may raise rates 2 more times before holding, although many analysts are expecting only 1 additional rate increase. Corporate earnings have largely been positive, with 70% of reporting companies beating earnings per share estimates. Late Thursday reports from Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet are pointing to a reduction in consumer demand. Inflation is down, and the labor market has been surprisingly resilient, with unemployment dropping to 3.4% in January. One industry in particular that is facing headwinds in hiring is senior care. As the population ages, more and more seniors need help with the activities of daily living, as well as skilled nursing care. And children of aging parents are stuck in the middle. caring for their own children, and worrying about their parents. It's important to discuss your wishes with your adult children. This includes thoughts about end-of-life medical care, aging in place, moving into a facility or hiring caregivers, and your eventual final wishes. A great book to start with is Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. If you want to age in place, staying in your own home as long as possible, what changes need to be made? Do you need to widen doorways, install a walk-in shower or grab bars in the bathroom? Can you live on one floor? Do you have a smartwatch with a fall detector? You also need to plan for the cost of care. A nice facility is easily $8,000 a month in this area for assisted living. If you need additional help, the cost rises. Memory care is even pricier. Regular health insurance and Medicare do not cover assisted living. Medicare will cover some skilled nursing care if it is in conjunction with a hospital stay and you are improving medically. If you run out of money, you may qualify for Medicaid, but that level of care is not as good as private pay. You won't have a private room, and the menu choices may be fewer, as well as the activities offered. Long-term care insurance is one option. These policies have changed considerably since they were first introduced. The newer ones are designed on a life insurance platform, which does mean your premiums won't be increased later in life. They are marketed around the 3 L's: leverage, liquidity, and legacy. Leverage is the idea that you would receive more in benefits than the amount you pay in premium. Liquidity, because there is a potential for the return of your premium. Finally, legacy, because if you don't need to use the policy for care, there is a death benefit for your heirs. Whatever you choose, communicate the plan to your children or include them in developing the plan. What happens if you fall or have a stroke? What's the short-term plan for recovery? What if you can't go back to living alone? Do you have someone come in to provide care? Do you move into a facility? Does a family member move in with you? Or are you with them? I've seen multi-generational housing work amazingly well, usually when the senior has their own living space and entrance. I've also seen it fail miserably, usually when the senior is living in a bedroom in their child's house. Other options include Golden Girls-type living arrangements, where friends share housing and companionship, or continuing care retirement communities like Bay Woods or Ginger Cove. Discussing your wishes with your children now is the most critical part of the plan. Your action item this week is to change the filter on your heater. Follow us on Facebook and check out our website at CovingtonAlsina.com for more information and great resources. Investment advice offered through Great Value Advice Group, a registered investment advisor. All performance references historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are managed may not be invested into directly. The opinions voiced in this show for general information only are not to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be appropriate for you, contact the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.